Aliens!
Yes, it's important to enunciate the S.
There's more than one.
And Mason missed all of them.
Everyone.
Every one of them. Though, we're debating whether we're going to watch 3 and 4, because they're not very good.
They're not real movies, according to you.
Well, yeah, I think I think the canon will be thrown out for them.
Indeed.
It hasn't yet, but they're talking about it. So, depending on Ridley Scott.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Me too, actually.
Sigourney Weaver.
Yep.
She's great.
She's back.
She's pretty. In the 80s. She's cute.
Yeah, in the
She's
80s.
a cutie pie. Alien 1.
Mm-hmm.
Alien.
Mm-hmm.
Singular.
Yes. Very different movies.
Anything I need to dig back up before I dive into 2?
No, I mean, as long as all you have to really remember is that she's in that pod asleep. And, like, it literally picks up right there.
That's where it picks up.
Yeah. This movie is much newer, really.
Mm-hmm.
Came out in 86 in theaters.
Oh.
So, 79 for the original Alien.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Different directors, James Cameron.
Okay.
Titanic, Avatar, and many other much better movies than Avatar. It's the first thing that came to my mind. For some reason.
Right.
I hated that movie.
You didn't like Avatar?
Oh, I hated it.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, Aliens, 1986. I have a prediction. For you.
Of what happens? You've already seen the movie.
No, for you.
Oh.
I think that not only will you like this better than Alien.
Okay.
That's
a good guess.
I think this is going to become one of your favorite movies. Seriously.
Aliens.
I seriously think you're going to be like, that was fucking awesome.
Okay.
And, like, I won't be mad if that's not the case.
Okay.
But I'd be blown away if this doesn't become one of your favorite movies.
Well, I know I'm not gonna not like it.
Well,
I already know that.
Yeah, well, you liked Alien.
I already know I'm not gonna not like it.
Alien is just a progenitor movie. It's just like a base foundation for all sci-fi and horror films ever, basically. So it was the cool thing about Aliens is like James Cameron understood you can't do any better of a very simple monster hunts people down one by one. It's a very simple horror plot.
Yep.
But you have all this technical mastery in Alien. So he's like, I'm not going there. And they just do something totally different. And they expand on the universe, which was already really cool in my opinion. And it's I would say most people like it better.
Okay.
Most people like it better.
Let's get into it. One question. Nostromo is gone.
Blown up.
Do we get a Nostromo 2?
No.
Okay.
Why?
I like the name.
Yeah, I like it
It's
too.
a good name.
They have cool shirts that are like the logo with Nostromo on it. It's like a big inside thing. So people who like the first Alien movie wear the Nostromo shirts.
A lot of people wouldn't know that.
Yeah. No, it's a serious Alien
before
thing.
A week
but
ago.
if you saw that now, you'd be like, oh!
But I like a name. The name stood out to me.
Yeah, Nostromo. It's
a powerful name.
They say the name a couple times.
Well, I have to. Did you hear about that shit? Well, that shit went down? Nostromo.
Lots of shit went down.
Lots of shit went down.
So what's up, man?
Dude.
Yeah? What?
I don't know.
We literally, the movie just ended. I have not heard any reaction. So I'm like really curious.
I said, oh shit. And
Yeah,
then we walked into this room.
yeah. Oh shit.
From the living
Sigourney
room.
Weaver, doing your thing.
I did say that.
Bill Paxton.
I said kill him.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
And then we walked in.
And then I said the guy's name who plays the sergeant. Fucking God.
Which one?
Black guy. Sergeant Johnson.
Apone?
Apone, yeah. I said his name.
Yeah.
Al Williams.
Sergeant Johnson from Halo, also known as Apone. Halo borrowed a few things
It's
from Aliens.
uncanny. It really is uncanny.
And I'm absolutely badass!
I'm watching the movie like,
I
man,
love him so much.
they took a lot of shit from Halo.
Yeah, flip that around a little
Yeah,
bit.
Dude, Aliens.
Yes.
So good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You liked it a
So
lot?
good. I liked it a lot.
figured you'd like it.
It's like a weird bump on my head. I'm gonna stop touching it. I don't know where to go. Ask me a question. Like, I don't. I mean,
usually
what are
when
we
you
doing?
walk out of the theater, you're like, you have an opinion of a movie, and
Right.
you're like, I mean,
No, it was really good. I understand. There's so much more going on in this movie than there was in the first one.
absolutely.
It opens itself up to a little more criticism.
You think so?
I think to most people it does.
I feel like more people like Aliens.
No, I'm not saying they don't like it more. I'm saying there's more areas you can critique. You know what I mean? Like, not necessarily badly.
Right.
But
yeah,
it's
it has. Yeah, it's definitely a more complex movie in the sense that, like, there's a lot more characters, a lot more different scenes, settings.
So much going on.
The story is a little more intricate because, like, that's why the first one is so technically brilliant, is because it's a small, claustrophobic little film that takes place in this one area, and it's all about that atmosphere in that area, and that's it. Whereas this is all over the board, right?
Yeah, no, there was a lot of different settings, whether she goes from not Earth, but kind of above Earth and Earth's orbit on the ship, back to the planet, back to the ship kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You get a little insight as to the colony that was there on the planet before she came back, which was interesting.
So actually, it's like, what are your thoughts on how they kind of advanced the world a little bit? They kind of showed you more of Weyland-Yutani and what they're into, terraforming and...
Yeah, you don't... You get a little glimpse of the company personality when she's in kind of, not a courtroom, but like that office room.
Oh, yeah.
And they're kind of like, you blew up our mining ship and wasted like $80 million.
Yeah.
And no one's talking about the aliens because they just think they think she's crazy.
Yeah.
They know about the aliens.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it's like, I feel like it's one of those things where it's the absolute highest blacked out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's like even those people don't
even they don't know.
I don't know that.
They're okay, the company
I feel like there's a select few individuals
the top of the ladder
that understand, and like they're just, it's almost like Illuminati, corporate Illuminati.
They know.
Burke knew.
Burke knew.
Burke was a high ranker.
And then you meet Burke. I was going to get into that. You meet Burke, and then you get a glimpse of like the whole, okay. I see what you're doing.
Exactly.
Okay, Burke.
There's some foreshadowing.
Okay, good guy, Burke.
I mean, she's like, we're going to go there to destroy them. I'll give you my word.
I'll give you my word.
Yeah, okay.
And then,
no one buys that.
Wait a minute. These aliens are in jars. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. And then Burke's like, just don't, like, we'll just keep one.
Yeah,
and,
I know.
Just don't, like, it's fine. It's not.
They're worth millions of dollars to the bioweapons division.
$2 million.
That's the thing. They give you little peeks into that, like that they have a bioweapons division. It's like this corporation has everything. They've got a military division. I mean, they have colonial Marines that work with this corporation. It's crazy. It's a cool future.
Bioweapons division, which tells you their plan with the alien. Which is crazy. I wanted to talk about the characters, of course, as in Alien 1. They stood out to me, although in Aliens, the one we just watched, half of them are dead in like within the first like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I mean they kind of pick a couple characters that they want to make their core.
Totally,
because you have to have fodder that aliens kill.
Yeah, but I mean even the fodder they killed was like Apone, right?
Yeah, Apone, Frost.
Frost, yeah, like a couple
guys.
I guess
she didn't like the cornbread neither. That guy, he got lit on fire.
I don't know his name. A couple. Guys,
that was Frost.
That was Frost. Yeah. Okay, a couple guys who really stood out, and then they just die. They all die like at the same time.
Yeah,
some shit goes down.
I love. That's like one of my favorite scenes of that movie because like there's a lot of little parallels that get drawn from Alien to Aliens that they took ideas from, and one of them is the fact that the aliens are on screen the entire time, and you just never see them until suddenly they just come out of the wall.
There was a point
so cool.
where you audibly heard me go, "Oh shit!" We were and like it shows them like the humans move, and then it shows a tail, and I was like, oh, "Okay, it's gonna pan over and show the rest of the alien," and then the wall,
whole
starts
thing
moving. And I'm like, "Oh, that's the alien."
It comes down and like, I love that shot. The one thing this movie does better, and it's because it's newer. I mean, it's 7 years newer, is the movement of the alien. In the first one, they only show you bits because they knew it was a guy in a rubber suit. Despite the rubber suit being incredible, the design itself
still looks very much like.
But they knew. I mean, but at the same time, they don't expose that constantly. The thing about Alien is that it shows the face, it shows an arm, it shows a leg,
the weird head.
They like Ridley knew that it was and the only one point to actually show the whole thing at the very end, and that's it. So this they had a little bit better. I think they had a bigger budget because Alien was such a huge movie. So they had a bigger budget and they had better technology, and they just look good. Like that alien coming down from the wall and grabbing her, and the way they jump from wall to wall to wall.
They didn't look like a guy in a rubber suit.
Right.
There was a point.
There's a few times.
And it's, if you're being nitpicky. There was a point like at the end when they're in kind of that cargo room that gets broken into, and she's shooting grenades.
Yeah.
It's obviously guys like diving over like crates.
Like,
stuntmen like. Ugh,
oh yeah.
kind of thing.
For sure. I like the way they jump though. You know?
It's. it's being very nitpicky, and it's not even a bad thing.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, I think it's really cool.
But yeah, I think that we didn't touch too much on it in the first, like, talking about Alien, because there was just so much to talk about. But I think this movie is elevated on for a lot of reasons. I mean, they got great directors and stuff, but the main thing, like, H.R. Giger, who is the tortured man who created the alien, the look of the alien, he has all of his art. You should look up his art sometime. It's all of the biomechanical, half human, half machine, kind of sexual look, very phallic. Like, they look, I mean, look at their heads. I mean, their heads kind of wide out. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like, they're supposed to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it's like, if they had just some shitty, like, beetle thing, this never would work. Like, that, the whole franchise, the massive success, all runs on that design of that alien.
Kind of like
and it's
grotesque.
It's
like,
grotesque, but it looks, it's wholly original. Like, there's nothing else like it out there at all.
There is now, because people, roughly...
Right, but I mean, prior to that...
No.
It's what separates those movies from every other sci-fi / horror with aliens in it.
Yeah, and
by far.
I think we talked about it on the last one too, but I mean the face hugger alone is like terrifying.
Yeah,
like,
Giger designed the whole alien thing.
No, none of that. I don't need any of that in my life. We talked about characters.
Well, I mean, Hudson
Shout out to Hudson.
the all-star. Like, he's everyone's favorite.
Hicks is
game over, man.
Game over, man. It's game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Like,
check it out.
Hicks is great.
Check it out.
But like, from now that you've seen Aliens, if you're ever in a room with someone you don't know and you're like, "Hey, have you seen Aliens?" Someone's gonna be like, "Game over, man.
Game over, man.
Why don't you put her in charge?"
This little girl survived longer than that with no weapons and no training. Right?
Why don't you put her in charge?
You better just start.
It got like a little annoying.
It just cracks
like,
me up.
Come on,
it just cracks
me
up.
He's like, yo, check it out, man. Like he's
so
supposed to
much.
be a Marine. Like,
well, that's the thing though. These guys are like colonial Marines. They've never seen any action. You saw how cocky they were before,
right?
And they thought they were all badass. And then they meet the most deadly
Right.
creature in the universe, and he fucking just breaks. It just breaks.
The whole just
It's so great.
Screwing around. Yo! Stop your grinning and drop your linen. Found him.
Hot as hell in here.
Yeah, man, but it's a dry heat. Knock it off, Hudson.
Oh my god!
Shout out to Hudson, Hicks of course,
is great.
Who you don't really pay attention to until the shit goes
For
down.
a while, yeah.
The shit goes down, and then it's like, oh, okay, Hicks is here.
He just takes over. He just has a presence.
Yeah.
You know, the actor has a presence, and they wrote him really well, and they kind of had a thing with him and Ripley.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they never like made like a romance.
Yeah, before she
but
went
she
to get Newt, they had kind of like a weird like, you better come back, and she's like, I'll come back.
Yeah, and they like exchange first names and
Helen, Eleanor.
But like before that, he gives her the motion tracker,
Right,
and they're kind of laughing like. You know, the line he says, like, doesn't mean we're engaged or anything.
Doesn't mean we're engaged.
It's just, I don't know, they just have a little thing. It's really cool that you pick up on the fact that they kind of like each other, but they're not in a situation in which they're going to be.
Probably not.
That's what I like. Like, so many horror movies are like, all right, we need to get a sex scene in there ASAP.
I was honestly,
like,
because
no.
I'm trained improperly, waiting for that.
No.
I was like,
you don't need it.
I mean, they're cussing a lot more. Like, it's a little more like, okay.
That's just the Marine part, I think.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, there's got to be sex, right? They were all crazy horny. Like, at the beginning, like, Vasquez and the other guy were like, hey, we should fuck. Right, okay. Like,
they're like best friends.
Yeah, but they were like, we're friends, but we should fuck, like, kind of thing.
They probably have.
They probably have.
But that's the thing, like, that's not the movie is not about that.
No,
and
totally.
It just, if you put it in there, it just would have been for gratuity's sake.
In talking about Hicks again, I like how once... I keep on saying his name wrong. Is it Apone? Apone?
I say Apone. They say Apone in there.
Okay, Sergeant Johnson.
Yeah.
Once he dies,
Sergeant Johnson from Halo.
Once he dies, Ripley is talking to Hicks, and she's kind of like, he's in command now. And Hicks is kind of like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, nuke the fucking planet.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm in command. He
I'm
kind of
sorry.
has like a.
This is a multi-billion-dollar.
Oh. Get me started on Burke. I'm glad he died.
Yes,
I'm glad
and he died by an alien, which
Thank
is
God.
fucking the way it should have been.
Yeah, when they broke out of that room, Alyssa mentioned it as well. I was like, if I were to catch a glimpse of him again, he's dying immediately.
Yeah.
There's no.
I like that he was
question.
killed by the thing he was trying to rescue. Though. That's the best.
Irony.
And like, there's something about the shot, and again, it goes back to the design of the alien. Every director, all directors for all the movies, if we were to watch the next one sometime, like they all love that front face shot of the alien just like lifting its lips up.
The other mouth.
They love that.
And then the other mouth.
The head's trembling a little bit, and the lips come up in the teeth, and they
drip.
There's just something about the look of that creature. It's just like they're so cool, and they're I love them so much.
The drip, and then the two mouth
situation.
situation.
Oh god, yeah, exactly.
It's so good.
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
Fuck, dude.
It's a wild ride. Like that movie is so like the comparison of the first one. The first one is a classic, really like a really classic horror monster film. Mm-hmm. The second one is a Hollywood action ride,
film,
all the way through.
Sure.
Like, do you have a preference? Did you like the second one better? I was feeling you'd like the second one better. I don't know.
I was more entertained more often during the second one. There's
Sure.
a lot more going on.
Oh yeah,
a lot more. Whoa,
it's more lively.
Crazy, yeah,
absolutely.
It held my ADHD tendencies a little bit better.
Sure.
But like you said, they're kind of different movies.
Well, they're very different.
They're in the same universe, but you have a kind of a survival horror movie type deal in Alien 1 and then your action movie in Aliens.
Right.
So I both think they do what they're trying to do really well.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to pick one that I had to watch over and over again, it'd probably be Aliens.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I feel like the majority, not a vast majority, but I tried to mix vast and massive.
A vassive.
And I said vassive.
That's a good word.
I wouldn't say a vast majority, but of everyone that I know, I would say a small, like probably like 60-70% people prefer Aliens. It's kind of just tends to be the thing.
Yeah. I
feel like movie snobs like Alien better. Not that I'm not saying Alien's better objectively. I'm just saying I feel like people who are all into filmmaking like
those fucking
Alien,
those losers.
Alien. Like calling me, I'm like that.
Hence the obvious, like. Okay, yeah. Ending notes. I did like a little bit more than the first one, but again, I love them both.
Yeah,
they're both great. New to me, which is crazy. I'm now gonna buy a Nostromo shirt.
Yeah, you already did.
Throwback. I did add it to my cart.
Which is so cool.
Throwback to the name of the ship from Alien. But I need something from Alien.
I mean, if you want to keep with the ship thing, it's Sulaco.
Yeah, but Sulaco didn't resonate with me.
No, it's not quite. Yeah.
Can I just get like Hudson or like Game Over?
Game Over, man.
Yo!
Most like Alien stuff that I've seen is
put her in charge.
Usually the Queen. That's my favorite line of his, by the way.
I don't want it to be an alien though. I want it to be like a weird.
No, same. I agree.
If I ran into you in a hallway, you'd be like.
Nostromo, yeah,
like
I agree. I like the subtle references as well. We'll have to look up the Weyland-Yutani shirt. I feel like Weyland's more obvious in Aliens. They kind of push that narrative a little bit more.
Which now, to me, has like a weird darkness behind it.
Something I was thinking about when I was watching Aliens with you just now is that for an action movie, it has a really long opening. Not boring or over long. But like compared to movies of the last couple of decades, like action movies, they have to start really fast. And like there's like 30, 40 minutes of just setup before they ever even get close to being in danger.
10 minutes later, half the characters are dead.
And then, but the rest of the movie is just fucking crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot
of build-up, which I really appreciate.
No,
I feel like they really took it seriously. They wanted to really have everyone invested in Ripley.
It's a long enough movie where it didn't affect the pacing negatively.
Not at all.
Like where you have like 20 final minutes of just crazy.
It would have been too much had they not had the intro. Yeah, of all that.
Like I mentioned, I mean, there is like a lot of build up and then like 10 minutes where everybody dies.
Yeah, everyone.
And then you have the ending. The end.
Yeah, I just don't think that James Cameron wanted the audience to feel like the aliens were not as dangerous because the Marines were there. It's like when Newt's like, it won't make any difference.
All right. All right, girl from Resident Evil.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I like that it really doesn't. You know, that's how they're that dangerous, even though they don't have any weapons or technology.
Yeah, and there were a lot of points. I don't know. I guess my idea of a colonial Marine is a much different individual. like a more prepared, a little more professional. They lay down those auto turrets toward the end, and the auto turrets are out of ammo in like 20 minutes.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, a couple things that you want to think of. One, story-wise, they were like bug hunt.
Right.
They clearly didn't come prepared. They didn't. They thought she was full of shit and crazy as well, and they were just like, yeah, it's whatever.
Right.
And then the other thing, and the whole point was just to get Burke down there to get them out of it. They didn't give a fuck what happened to the Marines. They just want to get Burke. They wanted Burke to get a few specimens and get out and just destroy the rest, so that there's no evidence. But the other thing that's not part of the movie is that you have to think of the time period. We're just about 10 years outside of Vietnam, and if you think about like the culture of like the 60s and Vietnam and the soldiers wasn't. I mean, there were plenty of gung ho soldiers, obviously, but you know that kind of rebellious attitude against authority, and the soldiers with the peace signs and their thing, and like the different, just not regulation clothing. I feel like that's really. I mean, Hicks had a heart drawn right where his heart is on his, like kind of that sarcastic.
Yeah, the pilot girl
soldier.
who dies had like a thing, like a heart on her thing.
Yeah, so it was very like when people went to see that. I mean, they're only 10 years removed from when we left Vietnam, so I feel like it was just heavily influenced by that culture as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on, man! Shout out to
I love Hudson so much. This is the first time I've watched this since Bill Paxton died. It was really sad. What is this? First we watched Star Wars right after fucking Carrie Fisher dies, and now we watch this right after Bill Paxton dies.
Well,
what's next?
We should probably stop watching movies.
I know they're all gonna die eventually.
Yeah, well, that's terrible. Oh, and there's Carrie Fisher on your.
Oh, there she is.
On your wallpaper.
Yep.
Here. God damn it.
Any final thoughts? Like, just like your overall impressions. I mean, I know you liked it better, but I mean, did you like it as much as I thought you were gonna like it, or not quite?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what you.
I thought you were gonna be like, I don't know. I thought you were going to love that movie. Like,
I love them both.
Yeah,
I do. I think they're both great. I'm glad I watched both.
You
of
see
them.
why they're such a big deal, basically.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
same with Star
absolutely.
Wars. Like, we're starting with the real big hitters. We've been starting with big sci-fi hitters, so we'll switch it up. We've been doing Star Wars and Alien, basically just the foundations of modern science fiction.
Right,
so
right.
now we'll move on to something else.
I think we're gonna move on to like
Godfather. I think
crime drama.
I think we're gonna do Godfather. There's a lot of Ridley Scott movies. I'm thinking maybe about Godfather, Gladiator.
Let's do it.
Just the G's. Just
I'm
start
down.
doing the G's.
I'm
We'll
down.
see.
The
We'll see.
cheese.
The G's.
And then is Marlon Brando dead?
Yes.
Well,
But
we
wasn't recent.
We can watch it now.
That wasn't a recent death.
We can watch that now. Yeah, he was old as shit in that movie.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, so I'm looking forward to that.
Cool.
Um,
Any final thoughts from you?
no, man. I'm just excited to keep going and showing you all these movies. But
We have quite the list.
you've already, I mean, like, some of them people could argue aren't like instant classics because I'm biased. I'm going to show you basically everything on my top 10.
Yeah, we don't have to do classics though. Just
Well, we have to do some classics.
well, no, we're gonna do classics. But there's only so many.
Yeah.
And then there's classics that some people consider classics, which
Sure.
other people don't.
Yeah,
Tim.
that's all right. Those computer screens.
Shout out to Tim.
There's a lot. Tim, don't watch Aliens. They have flashlights, and it's supposed to be in the future, but they're really big flashlights.
Cut it out.
Lame
Cut this
flashlights.
out. Cut this out.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll see you next time
We'll see you in Godfather.
for the next thing I missed.